day, no matter who you are. You can be a judge who can tell who a hater is. You can be a listener who has just come by to see what we are doing. Or you may be team Mwango, team Marwa, team whatever. Or still, you are just around to see and watch the space. Welcome. Welcome once more. This is Saturday, Sabbath for some people. It is 14th, Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's to everybody. I hope your Valentine is cooking. Don't worry, this is a day when some people have their hearts broken. This is the day when some people now become single after years of marriage or after years of courtship. It is a moment when some people actually have their heart broken. But at the same time, when one heart is broken, another one is actually melting. Okay? That is life. That is life. So we have to keep pursuing until that day will be resting. But anyway, always keep those who value in your heart. If it's your family, then those should be your Valentine's partners. If it is your children, they should be your Valentine's partners. If it is your business partners, go for that. That should be your Valentine, okay? If it is your customers, then they should be your Valentines. You can at least give them free flowers today. So I give my flowers to my clients on edutainment for us, those who've been watching us for the longest time possible. Happy Valentine. How I wish I met you physically and gave you some random flowers today, or maybe just some lunch. How about that? By the way, I look forward to a day I'll meet a fan, and of course I'll have to buy some lunch. Yeah. So I really appreciate also for the kids whom I've ever helped, whether it's in class, whether it's on the streets, or whether I helped you by paying your fees. Thank you so much for keeping it real in school and making it happen. I really appreciate that. By the way, if you are assisting a kid in school, what you normally value is the finished product. When they finish school and they become ambassadors so that they can assist other people, that is the happiness, okay? So I really appreciate those of you, maybe as orphans, if I've helped you in paying school fees, in buying shoes, in supporting your academics and you've made it, thank you so much. And we are appreciating currently Florence. Of course, she's finishing her college and our support is highly appreciated. We are also appreciating we have been with Emmeline, we have been with Melvin. Thank you so much for finishing your fourth form successfully and making it, okay? And there before, there were other students in Coast. Those of you who actually have made it, you have gone to college now. Some of you, I can see, you are now in job places. God is great. And of course, we'll continue to help those whom we can every day, every blessed day. So thank you so much, because we touch the hearts, because we know in future they'll also touch others, okay? Yeah, so thank you so much. Now, today I've just come about with a critical comparison right there. And I wish, Amar, welcome, thank you. How are you? I hope you're fine and doing well. On this Saturday, Valentine's, happy Valentine's to you. I hope you are melting somewhere and nobody is breaking your heart. On Valentine's Day, it's a funny day. While people are supposed to melt our hearts, it is a day when some people have their hearts broken and maybe promises not kept. Some actually get to a very tight situations. I remember when we were in the university, stop doing that. When we were in the university, there was a girl who sent us to take to the boyfriend flowers on Valentine's Day. I've never forgotten that. When we took to the room flowers with my friend, we were so happy. And just on delivery, guys, do you imagine what we found? We found another girl, tight. Hey, no distance, zero distance, no breathing. And we were like, what the hell? We never went to share that with our friend. We just delivered the flowers and went away, but wished that our friend would actually open her eyes and know what is happening, because sometimes it is difficult. You cannot go telling them. You don't know how much their heart is actually invested in this guy. So telling it like that would break them so hard. So we just kept it quiet and hoped that things would be good. I don't know what happened from there, I can't tell, but it is Valentine's Day is a very funny day. Guys, share with us your experiences as we go into our analysis. So recently, I saw a lot of videos posted by DEM on Facebook. Of course, she is on a brand advertisement for Katia. Okay, she's doing a brand advertisement for Katia. And so she was at Eldoret, then in Kitale. Okay. Hey, why is this not working? Am I using the right charger? I hope so.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, so when I saw them on Facebook, I thought I should actually do a critical comparison between the motivation factor. You know, people need to be motivated every day, right? And it depends with your humors. We call it humors in psychology. Your humors, not humor, but your humors. I hope you understand this, okay? So, our lady in Poland has been doing motivation. At the same time in Kenya, we have this lady known as DEM on Facebook from Sihendu all the way, our fellow Luya, okay? And she was up there motivating people through brand advancements. And of course, she did an exciting moment of shopping for the parents. So she went to a shopping spree. I don't know whether you watched that too, because if you have watched, then you would be really helping me to do this comparison and tell me which one motivated you guys. Which one motivated you? And if you didn't watch, don't worry, because I'll be bringing that comparison right here. One is verbal, another one is just an act. So which one? Which one, guys? Tell me. Triza, what are you doing in the kitchen? Alimaliza. Iko wapi? Kwa meza nimekuona ni yako. CP M Lover, happy Valentine. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to our Edutainment for Us platform. Thank you for 3,480 subscribers so far. We are doing well. Very soon we'll be at 4,000 and we'll be moving. I hope before we know it, will be at 6,000 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you for the genuine subscription and always liking our videos. Even if it is 10 people, no worries, okay? We have to go just mutara like that, okay? Yeah, so welcome. Triza, kuja utoe sahani kwa meza. Toa sahani kwa meza, hata kama umeshiba ama nini, toa sahani kwa meza. Okay, thank you so much. I love that. Valentine's Day with flowers, with gifts like those ones. I'm so happy. And they say, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know and you really believe it, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. All right, away from that, all right, I'm trying to go back to my channel known as Music Hills. I'm supposed to do some music scripts, but I've not got time. You know, sometimes we do so many things until we don't have time. So thank you so much, CPM Lover. A very interesting name. Anyways, what does it mean? So let's get to see CPM Lover 2026. All right. Okay. So we are going to these two reaction videos, and I want us to compare. You know, there is something about reaction that allows us to compare people's videos. And some people, I heard Maro yesterday telling the boys who are supposed to go to Grenada, that they should not be using people's videos, because one day they'll wake up and YouTube will have wiped them. Where? CPM, why are you saying game over? What is over? Why is it over? All right. Okay, so we can proceed with the game now. Game over. Okay. So Valentine, happy Valentine. I'm so happy with this Valentine's Day. I'm just relaxing. I've taken my lunch and I'm relaxing here doing a critical analysis. What people ask me to do. Of course, some people are telling me, don't compare Demo Facebook with DeMwango. Demo Facebook is a brand, and I was like, I have to keep comparing because these two actually represent us in different ways. Annabelle, return that brush where it should be, please. And get to be busy with going to bed. Stop that. What the hell is that? Hmm? All of you can even bathe at a go. But that bathroom, the space will be a struggle. One person first, then another. Who carried that bucket? Why are you snatching it from her? Why are you becoming a bad girl? Hmm? Amekupatia? Na moyo safi? Aya, mwaga maji haraka toka huko nje. Alright guys, so let's start with this comparison without wasting time. I've already wasted enough time, 11 minutes already down the line. I've not started, but I saw those videos and I became so interested, guys. Let's start with this. Letting go of fake life, very personal. I was like, okay, you people have been telling DeMwango she's living a fake life until it has gotten into her, and because she has joined us reactors, why not? She came out with this reaction video in the name of motivation, okay? And I want us to go and see. I used to buy them a lie. I started my content creation career. I worked so hard in that the government sponsored me. So now at least I took that burden off my mom, because I didn't want her to struggle again paying school fees in university, because it was really expensive to be a self-sponsored. Today I'm very happy that I got to grow up in that life. I'm full of gratitude because that life shaped me to be who I am today. We didn't grow up in a family with cars, with the good houses, with, you know, a family that goes for holidays and all that. We used to live a very simple is not, actually, if I say simple, is understatement. Really? We used to live in a very humble background. Actually, humble is a word to make it sound good, but let me just be, you know, call a spade a spade. We used to live a very poor life. Really? You know, we were very poor at that time. Our houses used to leak. When I saw the clouds showing the signs of it's gonna rain, I used to be like, oh my God, another tough day or tough night, because my little room used to leak so much. Like literally, my bed would be full of water. And at some point, I could turn over the mattress, you know, so that I could sleep on a, you know, on the other side that is not that wet. Life was very difficult. My parents really tried their best. My mom really contributed a lot of who I am today. What about your dad? She spoke life into me at a very small age or a young age, you know. Growing up in this difficult situation whereby no fancy life, no fancy clothes, no nothing. All my parents could offer is at least we never went to bed hungry. At least we could have. Guys, look at these controversies. I don't want to comment a lot. I wanted you people to tell me, is that motivating you? Because DeMwango is telling us that she lived this poor life, a miserable life, that she came out from a very low background, a very humble one, that her roof used to leak. But guys, the videos are there, and I don't want to go back to them. But when recently I watched Marwa, the video he showed us about his past, actually, he showed us a permanent house. Permanent house, for heaven's sake. That is not easy in Africa in those days. When you have a permanent house in those days, it already means you are a middle salaried person. You are not poor. So this is a lie. This girl lies a lot. My goodness. She lies that she lived a very poor life, and yet her mother was a teacher. My father was a teacher, by the way. My mother was not employed anywhere. She was a housewife, but she was doing a lot of housework and farm work, okay? And I can't say that we lived a poor life. I cannot lie that I had only one cloth for Sunday. What a lie. Why does Dimango lie so much? She lies a lot. Is it actually to pretend and make herself look like she lived a poor life? What for? I don't see the sense of making you look like you lived a very poor life and now you are living a very different life. People come from very humble backgrounds, by the way. We have children who have come from literally zero homes. Homes whereby they had leaking homes, which are realistic. But now, when you look at this girl, she lies a lot. She tells us that she was living a very poor life. She used to have one clothes for Sunday. A daughter of a teacher? Come on. And then when you look at the school she went to for high school, personally, I went to a day school, a mixed day school, because my parents had children who were following each other and we could not afford to go to boarding school. Fees was a bit high. The only person who was earning in our family was my father, and was a primary school teacher, of course, with not so much salary and a lot of children at that point, because by the time we are going to school, we are almost 3 of us who are following each other. Of course, one could go this year, the other one next year. But I can't lie to people that I had only one dress for Sunday. I cannot also lie that at some point our roofs were leaking, even though our houses were grass houses, grass thatched houses, and they were mud houses, not even cemented. So I was looking at a video that Marwa posted recently showing the previous house. I remember that house was cemented, and I can see the roof was still intact. What would you be living such kind of house for if it was leaking those days? Why would you be living it now? But anyway, I'm just taking you through this script as she keeps lying to us and making it look like she lived a very poor life, which is a lie, because listen to that. Listen to this twist. She says that at no point did she sleep hungry. If at all you are living a very poor life, then you wouldn't even afford food. And why does she say so? Yet, both her mother and father were working. And they always keep telling us that the Machete man was a very hardworking man. How did they actually live such a life? Tell me. This is why I refuse to be motivated through these lies. You better just show me what you are doing for people and I will follow the script. But then coming with all these lies, it's a lot of shade. Anyway, let's continue watching.
Or we could have food on our tables, then go to bed and go to school. At least it was not badly off, you know. But looking back, I really thank God that life was difficult. You know what I mean? We could barely not afford anything fancy, you know? No extra dress for going to church. We are 7-day Adventists. I only used to have this one dress that was my Saturday best.
A lie. Big liar. Big liar. Big liar. In those days, of course, people used to look at children of teachers and really admire their life, because teachers, being people who are a bit salaried in the society, actually they could even use students to go to and help them here and there. And again, in Kenya, guys, we have mutumba dresses all over the markets. Those dresses in those days, they were even selling at 1 shilling. 1 shilling, which I can't even equate to $1. You understand? So when I listened to Dimango telling us this white lie, telling us that she had only one dress for Sunday, that she used to look at other children in the village, hey, in the village. Where did she see actually the rich people in the village? Most rich people used to stay away from the village. They never stayed deep in the village. So this girl lies a lot. I don't know. Why would you lie so that you can motivate? I don't think you actually have to lie for you to motivate. You don't have to, okay? Let's listen to this.
And at some point, now growing up as a teenager, I used to be like, oh my God, why is it that I don't even have an extra clothes? Other children, when we come to church, they're well dressed and all that, changing clothes every single day. But why not me? But at the same time, I would be like, I know where we come from. So I went to school in the village. My parents, so my mom was very passionate about us getting well educated. I went to really good schools. And as much as life was difficult, she could actually even go for loans to be able to pay for our school fees. She could pay school fees, you know. And I really appreciate her. Looking back today, oh my God, like she did a lot to me. And I really thank God for that. Congrats, Mom. Thank you so much. You did the best. You know, we could wake up in the morning, go into our leaking kitchen, and sometimes it could be flooded. Everything is flooded.
A flooded house in the village. A teacher's house flooded. Hey, my goodness. A floating house in a village, a house of a teacher who is working so hard and even has the ability to take loans. A teacher who is actually making sure that the children go to school. A white lie. How can you mix a lie and truth and make it sound like it's just truthful? I don't understand how people do that. As I've said, I was a daughter of a teacher. My father was the only person who was working in the house, a teacher, and also in primary school with very little salary. But that time, of course, inflation has not eaten into our country. And that money was actually keeping us. And also, the parents, like now that my mother was not working, she kept actually now doing what? She kept doing the serious home arrangements, making sure that everything was in order. When it comes to season for planting, they lease a piece of land. In fact, my grandfather was very mean. He never gave my father a piece of land earlier because he said, now that my father went to school, he doesn't have to be given a piece of land. So my father could buy, because my father began working from Elgeyo Marakwet. That is the place he began working from after finishing the teaching course. And that first posting, he bought some cows and even gave to my grandfather to keep. But he had to take them by force and give to my uncle, whom my father tried actually to take to college. But he hurried up and said, once he has married, the wife does not want to. The wife does not want him to continue studying. Hulani, welcome. Hello. I've seen you. I am laughing. Because how can Dimwango keep lying to us like that? She is telling us she had only one cloth for Sunday. She only had a leaking roof. A roof that was actually forcing her to have a flooded house. And everything was floating. I'm like, floating indeed. Hey, people can lie out there. Just to motivate, you have to lie extremely like that? Hulani have also said hi. Welcome. Welcome to the channel and happy Valentine's to you. Let me get my daughter some soap to bathe, then I continue with this reaction, guys. It's hot. Hot. Huh? Alright guys, tuendelee. Thank you Hulani saying subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you Hulani for the message. I appreciate. So, this girl is faking it, but still she's saying she's letting go of the fake life. I'm like, which fake life? The fake life that you created. Huh? Lucy, welcome. So the girl went on ranting as a motivational speaker. And I'm trying so much to withstand that lie. But anyway, behind this cardboard.
And we could start by lifting up the water so that we could give the kitchen time to dry so that we could start fire.
Okay.
Some people will not relate with what I'm saying, but I think
why should we relate with a lie?
We'll relate. And if don't you worry. This is just today, but in future, you'll be very successful. You'll not be cooking in such a poor kitchen. You'll be cooking using gas. You know what I mean? And we never had one at that time. I wouldn't even relate to what she's saying. She'll be like, you're going to be very successful. You're going to buy me my first car. You'll be coming to visit me while driving. Because we didn't have cars, you know, at all by that time.
Your Lamborghini was a donkey, right?
Donkey with a cart, you know, whereby we could put a lot of things like hay for the cows to feed on. That was our best Lamborghini by that time.
Look at that plastic laughter. The plastic laughter from Nyabohanze to Poland, it has graduated finally. So, what is this motivation you are giving us as you sit behind a wooden building and a wooden door and this consistent bed that you are showing us? So what is the motivation here? Okay? I don't know. Maybe Hulani, you are motivated, or Lucy, are you motivated by that? Or is it CPM lover, Amar, are you motivated by what our sister is showing there? And she's telling us that she lived this desperate life. She lived in misery. She lived in a floating house. She lived in this house whereby she had only one dress for Sunday. Hey, people can be really liars just to collect views or whatever. I don't understand. Even if I'm motivating people, I don't have to really make it look like I was living such a desperate life to make them work hard. We don't have to. It doesn't really add up. How would you say that you are a daughter of a teacher and the teacher was actually accruing loans to pay fees, but the teacher could not even afford clothes? Seriously? And in Kenya, seriously, you people, you understand that in Kenya, mutumba clothes are all over the place. If you cannot afford new clothes, parents normally go to the market. I grew up, my mother was not working. My father was a teacher, yes, a primary school teacher with a very small salary. And we were so many. But our teacher used, my father used to earn salary, come back home with paraffin so that we used to study. At the same time, he could actually give my mother money to pay for us. And of course, in primary school, we were not paying school fees. We were just paying Arambe contributions, some very little money, like in a year. One child could pay maybe even not 500. Very little money. By the time we got into high school, that is when we could pay some money. But if your parents afforded to take you to that school I saw, Mukumu Girls, you cannot say that you are poor. My goodness, I don't understand. I don't just understand. Lucy said what? Oh, I didn't get it. Okay, Hulani is saying shut up. Who should shut up, me or the Mwango? All right. So I was checking this, I was saying, anyway, sometimes motivational speakers lie a lot. You have ever seen motivational speakers coming to a school and telling people that they started their business with one knife, one sufuria, they had no hot pot. You know, I don't know. Why is this the case? Yeah? Why is this the case? Yeah? Because all the time, Dimango and Devi Jr. and Marwa, they tell us that they adopted hard work from their parents. If indeed hard work pays, it should have paid their parents first before even paying them. But then they don't want to tell us that what has made them succeed, it is this traveling. For Marwa and Dimango, it was traveling around the places. And I don't know also whether those subscribers on their channel, are they really subscribers who just come one by one like on our channels, or are they bought? Because we have people also buy subscribers. Because if you have 200, let's say 454,000 subscribers, even if 100,000 can watch, actually your videos will be having a lot of followers every day. How comes you have only 30,000 following? The rest of them, where are they? If they are indeed original subscribers who love you and they subscribe because they love you. Dimango has 473 subscribers, but her videos, even after a day, they have 16,000 views. What is happening? Does it mean they actually had generated or bought subscribers, or what happened? Yeah? So these lies must stop. So are you motivating, my sister? Are you motivating people here by telling them these lies? I don't understand. Because if someone would ask you to actually show this, would you show it? Because you have said you have been documenting your life from past to current. Why would I lie that I actually didn't have Sunday best clothes? I didn't have, I don't know, shoes for what. I saw other people enjoying and I didn't enjoy. And only when I started YouTube, that's when I was able to. That's a white lie. In life, actually, we don't have to lie to motivate. So, I want us to go to Demo Facebook in few minutes. And let's see whether this one will motivate you. But let's finish what she's saying first.
Who know me, you all know how much I love this car, Lamborghini. And one day in my life, I know I'll have one. I strongly believe
you have the ability to have it. After all, your channel is earning.
So that was
you showed us that you are earning millions.
Went to school. I did so well because I never wanted to let my mom down because I knew how she struggled so much. She could barely buy anything for herself. She would sacrifice everything just to make sure all of her children go to school. We were never chased home for lack of school fees. She did her best. Shout out to my mom. Congrats, mom. Oh, see, DJI camera. What a small box. Well dressed and all that. He's traveling a lot, you know? I couldn't understand. And at some point, I would tell my classmates, hey, this is my brother. You know, right now he's in Los Angeles. And they'll be like, you're lying. Stop lying to us. Maybe you have a crush on him. This is not your brother. You know, like people couldn't even believe it. Even myself, I could not believe it. But because of the excitement, I couldn't contain it. I had to share with my friends. So one time, my brother came home. My brother is such, oh my God, you know, such a good person with understatement. I don't know what's the best word to describe him. You know, all day, 24 hours. But my brother would be like, keep doing it. You know, at some point, I felt like, oh, I'm giving up. And then my brother was like, you know what? Because my brother loved me so much, and he still does. He would send me money for upkeep. Because, you know, in the university, also you want to look good, you want to do your hair, you want to do your nails. You know what I mean? So I'll always be like, bro, I'm broke. Please send me something. And he'll send me $50, $100, $200. Like, he really took good care of me. Thank you, bro. You really did a lot for me. You really supported me. So it got to a point where my brother said, I'm not going to give you money anymore. I want you to start uploading videos and I'll be paying you from uploading your own videos. What a brother. What a brother. So that really motivated me. He said, every weekend will be your payday. Before being independent, like I could afford to travel. I used to travel by buses, you know, very long bus rides from one country to the other, from Kenya to Tanzania. Has built you to be where you are today. City life is equally good, but I'm giving my story, and the countryside life is what has made me to be who business person. Trust me, if you don't have this other business competitor or these other people who feel like, who does he think he is? Who does she think she is? You know, like she doesn't deserve it, or he doesn't deserve it, you know, until when you have these colleagues who feel like you don't deserve it. Like, she's the manager, but she doesn't deserve it. She's so young. Why her? Until when you'll have people feel like you don't deserve it, you know, you'll get to realize you made it, you know. If you don't have those people, just know you have a long way.
Really? So the motivational speaker told us that if you don't have people who question why you are where you are, if you don't have people who actually envy you in your position, if you are not in that position where people say you should not be there, you don't deserve it, then you have a long way to go. I was like, my friend, in our 70s, in our 70s, so we should forget about success, right? Is that what you're trying to say? Success comes in different colors. And actually, for the years I've lived, the 70 years I've lived, You cannot actually say that you are motivating somebody by telling them hard work alone is what pays. I have a cousin who actually is a doctor. The wife is also a doctor, and they have done up to master's level. So they have become consultancies. One, a consultancy for kids, another one consultancy in orthopedics. They make a lot of money and they don't work hard. I don't think it's out of hard work. Now, it's also not out of having enemies that you can make it in life. That is what our sister is telling us here. You must have enemies, haters, naysayers. People are saying that you don't deserve it for you to actually make it in life. Really? There are so many people who have made it in life and people just admire what they are doing. People just long for what they are doing. People try to reach them to have networks. Should you really have people who are saying you don't deserve it to make it? I refuse that. But anyway, maybe it has motivated you. I don't know. From my title, please drop your comment. Let me know. Because maybe that one motivates you to be who you are. Maybe DeMwango motivates you by saying that, by lying about her past, by telling us that her life was so low. Actually, why does she do that? Anyway, I don't understand. But it is what it is. Now let's jump to demo of Facebook.
And that actually will motivate you even to be better. You know, we live in a world where people will judge on everything that you do. People will feel like you don't deserve it. Like, why her? Why is it that she's able to travel around the world? How does she make it? No, she doesn't deserve it. No, she's not good enough. Only losers will try to pull you down. There's no single day a successful person will try to pull another person down. Never. Only losers. And they do that.
Where does this apply? Because when I look at politicians always pull each other down. Even currently, preachers, pastors, fathers, sisters in the church are pulling each other down. When I look at like principals in these schools, when they are targeting a certain school, they pull each other down so that they can get an opportunity. They go and even talk to the county directors, they go talk to the regional director, they go talk about to somebody above so that somebody will not be given those opportunities they'll get, and they get it. Go to interviews. People pull others down and they get some position. Life is not about these dreams and only one theory. One theory does not apply in life. Let me tell you. Politicians pull each other down to survive. Even businesses, business rivals pull each other down to survive the market. So when you tell us this theory, did you think about other scenarios? Or are you only telling us about your situation maybe? And who has pulled you down anyway? How? My goodness. Anyway, that is a motivational speaker from Poland, now married in Poland, born in Kenya, Mama Africa. Now I want us to go to another situation and I want you to tell me sincerely which one motivated you. Which one? Let's go to Demo Facebook. Demo Facebook did a shopping video and I just want to see whether you think that will motivate you. Let me check at this. I watched those two videos up to the end, following each, and that's why I decided to do that comparison. I am sorry for those who won't be happy that I'm doing this comparison, but I hate to. And I'll be skipping through, of course. I'll be skipping through. Songesha ikiti ndio maji ya simu.
Ya haters hapa Kitale. Leo Sunday tuko free kidogo ku relax. Energy kuje ndio kesho tupige kazi. Na mnajua vizuri nikiwa Kitale lazima nione pasta. Yaani pasta my dad na mom at least kwa hali niko sahi. Made amesikia niko Kitale ananiambia no. Kuja nyumbani jamani, kuja nione vile mchukua anaendelea vile mwenyewe anaendelea. So nataka niende home na hii machine. Jamani, hii nayo ikifika pale utafikiri nataka kula. Niende pale nichukue mom na dad, Unajua most of them nikikuja Kitale, mimi mwenyewe ndo nafanya shopping. Nachukua kitu hii nawapelekea this round. Hapana, nataka kufanya kama nyinyi vile mnaendanga home, mnachukua wazazi niwalete kwa supermarket haters. Wenyewe wachague kitu wanataka. Ama ni aje guys? So wacha niende pale sekendu ni pick ni pick upcoming shosho na grandma wote tukuje na tufanye shopping, alafu mambo itakuwa sawa. Otherwise my people from Kitale, tomorrow tuko kwa ground, kujeni munisalamie, kuja to meet and greet pale Hetias tukichangamuka na magift. Anyway, mimi ndio huyo sihendu. See you guys in a few. Nikirudi na maparo hivi tutaonesha vile watashop. Wacha tuone leo Madhe atachukua nini. Mzee anakuanga understanding kidogo. Leo ndio ile siku Madhe atachukua fridge aende yake ndani. Githeri, viazi nini. Lakini wacha tuone leo Madhe. Hii chazi nimempatia leo moja shop kitu anataka. Atafanya nini? So my people, see in a few with my parents upcoming, my grandmother. Oi, grandmother yani hii watakuwa shosho soon, lakini shosho already wako na moja. Mliona dada alisema pale Facebook, Lara anangojea watu wa kucheza na yeye. We have one mjukuu Lara, so another mjukuu is coming. Sasa wacha tuone shosho na kuka leo watachukua nini kwa supermarket. So guys, bye bye, see you in the second. Naonesha nikifika kule. Bye bye. Grow. Please kataitwa Ango. So ni Junior anaitwa Ango, lakini wewe utaitwa tu Junior. So niko hapa na dad na niko na mom. Mimi nilikuwa nimewamiss mbaya.
Hata pia nilikuwa nimekumiss.
Siwezi kuja Kitale nikose kufika kwa boma.
Ni vizuri.
Lakini nimenona. Kimwili nimenona. Ili mtoto wake anafurisha mapua na mguu.
Mchukuu.
Lakini niko sawa, niko flexible, tunapiga job. Daddy alioneona tu airport. Akaniambia make sure umefika home. Lakini sasa vile tuliland airport tulikuwa na job Eldoret. Sasa leo niko na nyinyi hadi jioni. Hata kesho asubuhi naweza pitia hapa nikienda Bungoma.
Karibu sana.
Yes. Otherwise
si tuko poa. Si tunakuishia tu uwe na afya njema.
Kuwe. Junior, utaenda upiki ni Junior saa hizi wewe hakuna kupiki doli ama baiskeli.
Upiki mamikadi.
Junior mikadi iko.
Piki baiskeli.
Ya washwali.
Ikuzaje
Junior saa hii piki baiskeli. Baiskeli ndio wajukuu tunangoja atachezea. Junior ana baiskeli mbili. Mkate nini ukifili njaa ya pia unachukua.
Atapiki mikate ku.
Julia, kama unataka mkate na soda wewe utapika. So sasa hivi tunatoka twende.
Alright guys, so I looked at that video. The first analysis I had, of course, huyu ni kienyeji girl. She does her character as a kienyeji girl. That is why you can see angali kwa dera. Even though our DEM also says she loves deras a lot. I don't know whether that is true also. I've begun to doubt too. So, when we look at this video, DEM of Facebook is actually doing currently a branding aspect for Hetias to show people the goods in that Hetia supermarket. So when you see her coming out like this and doing a shopping spree for the parents, possibly she has a free voucher to offer. I don't know. I'm not quite 100% sure, but my speculations might as well be true. So I looked at this video and saw the relationship between her and the parents and the fact that she's proud. She's actually herself. She's showing the truth on the ground. She's not just telling us stories. We used to be. Of course, we looked at her as she began to struggle to construct a house for her parents. She never used people to contribute towards it, unless those who would, like there were some politicians. No YouTubers contributed towards the construction of DEM or Facebook's house. Okay? Now, to add on that, you see how she interacts with her parents so freely, she doesn't actually tie herself or pretend or something. Okay? Now, the shopping spree is here. The voucher from Hetia possibly is around the corner. Okay? I want us to quickly go through the shopping moment and see whether it will motivate you.
Ni nyinyi mfanye shopping, mimi nalipa.
Asante.
Ife so na Valentine nimewaishia mapema. So ndio hii machine. Nataka tuingie hapa ndani tuende sasa kwa supermarket. Isifike jioni mchelewe kurudi kupika nini. So dad utakaa mbele, mimi na mama tukae hapa nyuma na Junior.
Hapana, wewe kaa mbele, acha mimi nikae na mama.
Na Junior?
Yeah.
Haya.
Unaweza fungulia sasa mamu gari. Junior, tulia mamu. Tulia. Weta alafu utakaa katikati, alafu mimi nakaa mbele, sawa? Junior anapita hiyo side. Amefika kitambo ameruka. Junior anapita hiyo side. Guys, see ni Kitale. Acha tuingie sasa Kitale. Guys, acha tuingie Kitale tuone mahali anaweza chukua supermarket mzima. Acha tuingie huko tuone leo atachukua nini. So guys, come with me. Tuendelee. Twende roiko. Haya, tunakupeleka mahali iko. Twende nala. Junior. Chunga usigonge. Haya, kuja. Twende usiwache. Haya, mamuse. Tunaangalia tuingie hii side ya sabuni ya toilet paper. Tupeke hapa omo. Haya. Okay. Alafu mafuta ndo hiyo. Mbona umeandika haya. Tishu mam. Tuendelee. Haya. Naam. That's my Jesus. Okay. This is gift to you. Thank you. Umesema hii ni gift? Yeah. Sasa hii imekuja na gift. Thank you. Tusonge. Haya, tusonge. Angalia. Ya, unaweza angalia matumizi yake. Jindo poa. Haya. Hakuna ingine nyuma yake ni iko usijali ile unaweka hii side na hii side.
Mara nyingi nimeshoka hapa sasa ni ndio nilikuwa nataka.
Ndio hii ziko mbili.
Oh yeah.
Ndio hizi.
Yes.
Sasa zinakaa hivi. Hii iko sawa.
Smart.
Nice hii kwa muziki. Ukiweka inadunda kudunda.
Yeah.
Wasema hiyo ndio imekubamba?
Hivi ni bamba.
Sawa.
Yaani kuongea tuna dealer mwenyewe atupakie. Vizuri kwa ile box yao.
Yes.
Alete huko mbele.
Sawa dad. Ndio hiyo. Hiyo yako weka hapo. Aya, Jeff tumwope hesabu 200 ngoja. Hiyo doli na itaga hiyo ya. Chukua na stable. Mangalia Quay. Zesta.
Alright guys, that was demo of Facebook's recent video on a shopping spree. And of course, what I know she was doing an advertisement for Hatia to just show how many products, variety of products they have, the prices, the availability, the serving of Hatia. at a fee, of course. That is a brand, okay? Hadia is one of the popular supermarkets in Kenya. It is almost in most towns. When you go to Eldoret, go to Kitale, go to Kakamega, go to Bungoma, go to so many Mumias and many other towns in Kenya. I even believe Nakuru, among others. So, this lady has actually come from a humble background. Most of you us know, right? We understand. We have been seeing her showing us exactly. And there is us, I'm watching around even for people like Will Broder. There is this lady that says, will you be my Valentine? It is a yes or no answer. Simple. And see your lasma. All that, okay? So when I look at those ladies, they are doing the tingo. Currently, Demo Facebook has several accounts, but I'm just looking at this one. She has 75,000 views. Okay? 75,000 views on her video. And that channel has how many followers? Let me just check quickly. She has, show me the followers. Come on, come on, come on. Where are the followers? Why am I not seeing the followers? Those who have subscribed. Is it hidden? Anyway, I can't see that, but 75,000 people have watched that video. Okay? Simple things. She's actually doing a very simple thing, but it is actually, for me, personally, it has motivated me. It has motivated me. Actually, one thing that has motivated me is that this lady is heavily pregnant. But she's actually walking around. Her parents are supporting her. They are wishing her well. They're not asking questions. She's not also bragging about that. But she has done a lot of brand, advancements, if you know, using that moment. Can you imagine? So, we are not actually showing hate or whatever, but we are just saying, how do you motivate people? Do you motivate people by lying? Do you motivate people by actually bragging and also saying, using one theory, like telling people that you can make it live when you actually see people are competing with you and bringing you down? If you see people actually looking at you and saying you don't deserve this, is that the way to make it in life? I don't think so. I disagree. I disagree that is not the only way in life. As I've already set examples here, I have people who have really made it big time in my family. And I don't think they have made it because of enemies. They have not made it because of hard work itself. But sometimes it's just the network, the nature of work you do, and also using your brains. Once you get that money, where do you put it? Like this cousin I'm talking about, the one who is a doctor and the wife is also a doctor. What he does, he invests a lot in farming. He has a lot of farms, leased and bought. And he has planted a lot of sugarcane, and he sells as seeds to West Sugar Company, the Kabras Sugar Company. And he also has a personal clinic as an orthopedician. So automatically he makes money from that. The wife also does it. And it's not like he spends all the time in that clinic. But look at the kind of profession. Now, he's not the only person who has made it in my family, because we are also coming up. And I think I've done also vlogs to show you the success in our family. I don't want to talk about myself for now, because I'm planning to bring out something on myself. And I'll be editing. Once I have the thorough tools to edit, I'll actually be able to also show, even in a day, how do I do it? In a week, in a month, in a year, okay? Despite the challenges, we do it, not because of enemies, not because of whatever. In fact, if anything, sometimes enemies can bring you down. If you really have people who are really eyeing your position or hunting you, they can bring you down, because they'll block your positions. Maybe you want this position, or you are in this position and they feel it's not suitable for you. They'll make sure they bring you down. So we cannot lie and say that is how to make it. Not at all. Let me receive a call. It's not very good etiquette, but I have to. In my view, I'm finishing with my view, because you guys, you have refused to drop comments apart from Lucy. Lucy is the only one who dropped a comment and said that she doesn't actually get motivated through lies. Instead, she gets motivated from real work, actions. As for me, I get motivated a lot by people like them on Facebook. They are very young, but they don't keep talking about their age. And they always say the reality. Them on Facebook, when she got pregnant, she came out recently during the moment of shooting and clearly said that she has reached a level where she thinks she's in her late 20s and she needs to get a family. And she will not express or rather show the father until she gets to be at a certain level in her YouTube channel. And when she said so, some people said, so what, is it our problem or whatever? But they still kept on pressing her. They want answers. But she's moving on with brands like Hetia and many more. She's doing it, okay? And I think through that, so guys, I don't think we have to motivate by really exaggerating that our past was so bad and the current is so bright. Not necessary. Because, and in that video, I saw her saying that when people saw her building the Meda Villa, they said, why should she do so? She's wasting money. In reality, I wouldn't build a very big house. Why? Currently, I have 2 kids and I'm planning only to have one extra for retirement, because I still have some years to retirement, very many years, even though I'm in my 70s. Even though I am in my 70s, I'm planning to have my last born, maybe this year or next year, so that when I retire, at least I'll have someone in the house, even though I am in my 70s, okay? Team DeMwango told me that an old woman in 70s is competing with DeMwango and doing gossip on the streets. And I was like, hello, age is a number, okay? So I don't think my house has to be big. I've built a rental house. Rental houses, I build big ones because those ones will bring moolah. They'll bring money, okay? So I build big ones. And of course, for those of you who watch my vlogs, you have seen it. And I'm not bragging, actually. It has been a difficult moment. I've struggled through. I'm not yet through completely, but I think I thank God for the far God has taken me. And those houses, people really want them a lot because they are just in the center of a municipal council. They really want them. If I was advising you as my sister or brother, wherever you are, if you have money, buy a plot and build rental houses. Because after all, if you don't have a house, you can stay in one of those houses. But at the same time, some other houses on that plot will be leased and you'll make money. Even if you decide to quit job, you will survive on that. So you will survive on that. Don't go build a big house for residential purposes to stay in when you don't have an investment. That is free advice I'm giving. I'm not so wise. I've not traveled the world. But that is what I think I can advise someone. So, just build a simple 3-bedroom house. Yeah? Simple 3-bedroom house. Make sure it's fully complete with the shower, hot water, comfort that you have long thought of. Then, go ahead and buy plots. Build as many rental houses as possible. If you are near a college or university, build hostels. They make a lot of money for you for all your life until you retire. And as long as it's a potential place, there is no way that house will be free. It will always have people staying in. And also make sure your houses are cozy with a big enough bedroom, big enough sitting room, a good veranda. Make sure there is a water supply. Make sure that the people who come in have their privacy. The years I've lived on rental houses, the challenge that we meet as people who rent houses is that space is either limited, there is no privacy. Also, maybe the place where people hang clothes is shared, but you can create a situation whereby each house has a secluded hanging place. Like houses, I did the veranda so that each house has a veranda. Of course, I'll be showing you in details. I've shown you just part of that. But once it's fully complete, I'll be taking you on a journey. And not every day. I don't want to make it a habit. Like this video has that house. Next video has that house. No, life is diverse. There is so many things happening in my life. I can't keep showing that all along. But anyway, that is what I would advise you. as my sister or brother or even a hater or whatever you are, when you get money, please invest in something that will plow back your money. If it's a small project, of course, you can start with agriculture. You can actually lease sugarcane, at least 1 acre and more. Less than that will create a loss for you. But 1 acre and more, and make sure the place is fertile, it will bring back money. I've actually done sugarcane leasing, and I'm planning to do more. It is productive if you do bigger portions, not smaller portions. Yeah? Yeah. Also do some random businesses here and there. If you are a writer, there are so many platforms currently you can write on. You can actually write on Opera Hub News, though it pays very little, but still money. You can also do Facebook Professional. It pays, though little, it's still money. You can also do some reactions, just like I'm doing, and many other things, reading, so many. There are so many things. But as long as you have another engagement, nothing will stop you. You do you. But you can also do others. Because reaction, you can do others, not necessarily you. We don't have to pretend that you always do you. Not in life. We don't do fully us. Sometimes you are even engaged, like sometimes during drama festival or music festival, I am called upon to write poems for people or plays for people or songs, and I write and they pay me. I'm not doing me, I'm doing music, which is another organization is in charge of. So life is life. So who motivated you more, Demo on Facebook or Dimwango? Let me know. Let me know, people, before I exit. I am checking from the computer because currently I am not able to check from my end. Let me check this video and see what people are saying of late. What are they saying? Let me just check. Who motivated you between them or Facebook and Lucy says, I'm not motivated at all because it's all lies. Her mom was a teacher. Her dad was a serious farmer. Hulani just said, shut up, after laughing. Like she was telling Dimwango to shut up. I hope that was the communication. And CP Mlava has not said anything on this. Amar has not said anything on this. But those of you who will be watching, please drop your comments to let us know who has motivated you. 2 videos. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my judgment is opinionated or biased. So let me know, okay? Let me know. Thank you. Adios and bye-bye. I'm coming back for a political video because today I want to finish reaction early so that I can go write my news articles on Opera Hub, and then I can also go to the part of authorship and finish my book, grade 10. Bye-bye. Lucy, bye. Hulani, did you leave earlier? I don't know. All right. Let me just check in case there is somebody else here. All right. I don't think there's anybody. All right. So I think we can quickly get back to our studio and we'll be now addressing a political reaction. There's so much politics going on. So why not? We must address that as well. All right. Bye-bye for now.